We're live. We're here.
Yay.
All of those things. Woo!
Jazz hands.
Gather the nerds. Jazz hands. Live from watching DC Fandom at our houses. This is Gather the Nerds 162. I'm Cab. That's Nick. I didn't turn my phone off. Sorry.
Epic fail. Hey, guys.
There we go. That's Nick, Sam, and Hannah.
Hello.
Hi.
I'll be back just a
And
second.
we
I
lo-
unplugged the monitor.
And we lost
Oh, no.
Nick. Nick was so excited about the the Gotham Knights video game coming from Warner Brothers that he unplugged a monitor in his excitement.
It was pretty exciting to watch.
So a few things that we have seen in like the last half hour coming from DC Fandom is we've seen a new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. I'm just going to tell you two things about it. One, you see Cheetah in kind of the evolutions, including full Cheetah. Two, and more importantly, you see parachute pants.
Yay.
And that's all I'm going to say.
It was in the 80s.
Yes. So there is parachute pants. So
I just like
that is
I like the fact that the wording that you used is all the evolutions of cheetah, and that's the plural. It's like you have a
Cheetahs,
cheetah mask,
cheetah.
you have cheetah socks, you have cheetah shirt, you have a cheetah. Yeah, you get my point.
I do. And so you got that. Also, Warner Brothers Montreal unveiled Gotham Knights, a new looks like co-op game set in the world of Gotham when something goes horribly wrong, as it does in Gotham. And then so you see Batgirl, you see Red Hood, you see Robin, you see Nightwing. Well, we believe we saw Red Robin as well. Court of Owls. Heck to the yes.
Yes.
That is going to be really fun.
I'm excited for that.
That is going to be really, really fun. So we're going to keep watching on that. I tweeted at DC to ask if we could co-stream their panel content. I don't know if we can, but if we can, then maybe one or two or some of us will be back for other panels like Justice League and stuff like that. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to put them on demand or whatever, but the Justice League panel is at 4:30. So even if we can't put it on screen, like maybe if people are available, they come back and just hang out and we just react to it live as it's happening.
Oh my God.
So the panel's not very long. It's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, actually.
Not bad at all. I guess they have
So-
so much stuff that they have to fit into it that they're trying to keep it short.
Well, let's talk about what happened at the very last second with DC Fandom, which is now there's going to be two of them. So panels for all the big stuff. Wonder Woman, Justice League, Flash, Black Adam, Aquaman, which Aquaman may just be looking back at the Aquaman movie, are all happening today. Some of the other panels are getting pushed to September. And so they're doing two different things. I think they realize that, and the fact when you get 24 hours, as we know from Extra Life, is you get 24 hours, you're going to have a pretty big window, at least in the US, in terms of stuff that, I mean, let's face it, they're going to put all the big stuff during the, basically the best hours for US probably. And then, which means if you're on the other side of the world, like you're going to not get as much and all you're going to see is some of the retrospectives and things like that. So I don't know. It's interesting that at the very, because they announced that this week, like 3 days ago,
Yeah.
that they were splitting it up. But it does look, from what I have watched or whatever, it looks pretty good. Like it's pretty cool stuff. So, they've got that. They've got that going on right now. So Snyder Cut, Flash, Wonder Woman, Flash TV, I think to be more specific about it, is all today. Suicide Squad, and then the new Suicide Squad game that's coming out is also today. So there's a lot of really good DC stuff. The Batman is today, but when they announced that panel is happening, we also got that. That is the new logo
Super cool.
for the Batman movie. I prefer our version. That so,
I prefer that one too.
Yes. So yeah, the Batman. There's the logo. So we are going to get that, or we've got this one. Bam.
Right. I like that one.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff like and they're dropping trailers like immediately after it's over. Like the Wonder Woman trailer, like the Wonder Woman panel ended, and that trailer in a comicbook.com article was out 2 minutes later. So,
it's crazy, right?
Yes, indeed. Somebody probably leaked a little something. But what's kind of cool about
like early stuff so that they can have the articles out pretty much immediately.
Yeah. What I would recommend is to go back and watch the Gotham Knights panel, because it's not that long. It's like 20 minutes. You get a lot of gameplay and stuff like that. But tell me that one of the developers is not a Batman villain. Like Ann and I were discussing this in the Discord ahead of time. It's like he totally is a Batman villain. Like he really, really is. So yeah, there's been a lot of DC news this week. We talked a long time ago about Michael Keaton returning to the Bat universe. They have now confirmed Ben Affleck is coming back.
Yep.
To the Bat universe in the Flash movie, and so
cool.
it's a full on. Oh yeah, hold on. We're not monitoring the comments. There we go. Bam. All right.
Hi, Josh.
We're just gonna leave that up. That's fine. They did. So Ben Affleck's coming back to be in the Flash movie. So they're going full multiverse. Like,
which is pretty neat. I mean, see that on the screen.
Especially in the Justice League when the Flash did his weird runny thing. Like, I think you could tie all of that together if you had a multiverse.
Do they use this to get rid of Ezra Miller as the Flash?
We could. He's had a lot of. I liked him as the Flash. Hi, Nita.
Hello.
But I do know he's some controversy.
I mean, what other than the controversy? Why would you want to get rid of him?
Apparently, there's rumors are there's something else, something else controversial that has not yet been made public. Now that's just rumor and conjecture, but I mean the controversy alone from what happened in whatever country he was in, and stuff or whatever is fairly significant. And with Warner Brothers DC kind of in the place that they're in, it may not be. But things, but I mean, because he's just like. There's more than one Flash. Like,
right.
You've got, I mean, and here's the thing. Barry Allen, Flash, and that Flash have met. It happened in the Crisis crossover. So you literally you could, and I think people would be 100% okay if all of a sudden the Flash is Grant Gustin instead of Ezra Miller.
I think it'd be a neat way to finally get bridge the gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. Because that's always something that I struggle with when you go to TV, they typically don't make it to the movie, and then Marvel's the same way. You know, they're not. It's almost like it's two separate characters or two separate storylines, and in some cases they are, but they have overlap. You know, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was threaded in between so many different movies on purpose, but only one of those characters made it to the movie.
Yeah. Fun fact: Clark Gregg played Agent Michael Casper in The West Wing. So, yes, tied in my West Wing reference. I also have plenty of West Wing. Yes, I also have plenty of West Wing gifts, including my favorite. The internet people have gone crazy. So
it would be amazing if, like, we've been complaining for so long about how terribly DC seems to be drawing all these completely separate and disparate universes, and how great it would be if they pulled one together like Marvel did, and then suddenly they say, hey, it turns out actually it was all one multiverse and they really are all connected. That would be incredible.
It would be.
This was the plan all along, is what they will say, and nobody will believe them.
It was the long-term plan.
Yeah, that was not in the phase 1 planning there.
Right.
Yeah, it was. What are you talking about? You weren't in the room where it happened.
EU.
Oh, yeah, I was.
No. Yeah, DCEU. they did really good, like with their crossovers and everything, of linking everything together and showing that they had a multiverse. So I feel like if they could kind of take a page from them, they would be able to easily bring it all together.
I think, I think you can. I think this is, we talked about how Flashpoint itself, if that's kind of the core of what they're doing, can kind of reset DC.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really have the ability to reset everything. And when they brought everything together, they started to bring stuff together in Crisis. There's that piece of it. There's always been references to Bruce Wayne and stuff like that. You never saw it, but now you've got Batwoman in there, and now you've got that kind of trained into Bruce Wayne. Even think about the fact that now that Ruby Rose is going to disappear as Batwoman. Like, you've got that coming, and then it's like, okay, so there's that replacement thing. How do we know that Batwoman season 2 isn't in a completely separate universe? Like, there's any number of things you could do with it, and I think that could be really cool. I mean, they have an opportunity here. I fully expect them to blow it.
Yep.
But I will be the happiest DC fan on the planet if they don't.
They might pull it off. You never know.
They could.
Just never know.
Speaking of DC, one of Amazon's deals of the day, $50 for the entire Batman the Animated Series, all 4 seasons, $50 on Blu-ray and digital today. 9 copies, actually. Please, like I didn't pre-order that. Like when
I know. I forgot to buy it earlier.
So there's a lot of different. I like what they're doing because they're really kind of listening and going back to, okay, here's Michael Keaton, and they're going to bring that back in. Sam, I'm going to take you off this chat. They're bringing back Michael Keaton, and they're doing that. Hopefully that could lead maybe something to like a Batman Beyond, depending on where they do the platform and stuff. So they said, it's we've talked about Batman Beyond, that Michael Keaton is the perfect Bruce Wayne in that universe now. And who would you get to fill the Terry McGinnis role? But, maybe with all this restructuring and all this whatever happening at Warner Brothers DC, maybe they get the right people in place to do something.
Maybe Robert Pattinson has been Terry McGinnis all along, and we didn't know it.
I mean, I'm most curious about how they are from a multiverse standpoint. Literally going to put Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton. Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, Robert Pattinson, all in the same place. Do you find George Clooney? Do you get Val Kilmer? Like, do you CGI in Adam West? Like,
I don't know
100%.
if Val would do it, but I bet Clooney would.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of cameo. Surely enough time has passed.
If he could make a joke about how he was the worst Batman ever, like, he totally would do it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, there is. It's possible that DC can do something with all of this. There's been a lot of little mini trailers that have come out for little like snippets for this Zack Snyder Justice League stuff that's
under control.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, it is a. So I am excited about the panel a little bit later today. And then we're gonna see more from the Batman panel. So probably next week we're gonna have a lot to talk about, assuming we're just not watching it live with everybody. But it is
might as well watch it live.
Yeah. I know I plan to. So whether or not we're up here, I don't know. So let's see what else is going on. Do we want to go into the Marvel universe, or do we want to go into the fact that it's really good to be Ryan Reynolds right now?
It's always really good to be Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
I don't care.
All right. So Aviation Gin. Ryan Reynolds is, his gin company. Yeah. Just sold the Aviation Gin brand for up to $610 million.
He didn't need that.
Did you happen to see his other article on the the up to 610 million? He spoke too soon and he wrote an apology letter out.
Yeah, because he was
like, I'm sorry, I need to apologize to all the people I told the F off earlier today. And the second one is his wife, Blake.
I think that's it. Now, did they say, is that his email autoresponder also?
I don't know.
It might be, because he's done that before, where he's done the autoresponder. Yeah. I think he mentioned George Clooney too in it, because the same people that bought Clooney's. And he was like, I'm not sure if I still own this or not. But
apparently it takes a lot longer to earn your way out, is what it said.
Yeah.
So he's getting $335 million up front. Could see another $275 million, depending on how well the brand does in the next decade. He will retain an ownership interest in it. So he will have something. But yeah, he didn't need it, but he's got another $300 and some odd million. Now, but him and his wife have also been very generous with charities and stuff like that, donating millions of dollars to various charities, especially over the last year or so. So it would not surprise me if they do a lot of good with all of this.
Yeah.
Or he's going to buy an island. I don't know. So
my theory is
the important thing about him is that he doesn't ever he's not one of those celebrities that brags about what they do. He just kind of does it. He makes fun of himself more than he does anything else.
It's true. So yeah, it's
best friends with Taylor Swift.
It is a good day to be Ryan Reynolds and I guess starting a gin company. Now, has he taken a shot at Hugh Jackman's coffee brand yet for this? Because he got paid out this. Has he? I mean, surely he has.
Please tell me you meant that pun.
Which one?
Taking
a shot? Oh, no, I really
didn't. He
didn't.
had a gin company and he took a shot. Come on, man. That was awesome. I haven't seen anything yet.
I am so good at puns, I didn't realize I dropped one.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure something is coming, because they like to do those commercials or whatever together.
For sure.
Making fun of each other.
Sure.
I mean, so one of the best Aviation Gin commercials is the one with the Peloton girl. Did you see that? Basically, there was a Peloton commercial that came out where this guy got his girlfriend or fiance or wife or something a Peloton as a gift, and the commercial fell so flat on its face that people were like, "This is offensive. This is whatever." And I was watching an interview with him. I got in one of those deep dives on Facebook video where you just keep scrolling down and it keeps showing the different videos you watch or whatever. And I saw the interview. He's talking about that. He's like, "Yeah, they saw the video and basically." They found her, shot it, and produced the video in the commercial for Aviation Gin in about 48 hours. So, wow. Yeah, that's impressive. So other than being a really funny guy, apparently he knows how to do business as well. So
sounds like it.
Well, he's been in the business for so long too.
True.
That's true. Somebody's also been in the business for a long time, and I never thought I'd see this again. Tobey Maguire reportedly in talks to return as Spider-Man.
So I got really excited when I saw a live-action trailer, and then it said fan-made, and I got really disappointed. It's super cool, but and those people that make fan-made trailers, I'm not making fun of you or anything like that, or just disparaging you in any way. I just got really excited there was a production level trailer, and it wasn't
official. Yeah,
especially when I heard Spider-Gwen and it was Gwen Stacy, and I saw someone in a Spider-Gwen outfit. I got pumped, but no.
I wonder if they're going to try to do some sort of live action type Spider-Verse, or if the sequel to Spider-Verse, if he'll be a voice, one of his Spider-Man will be in it.
I don't know, because this article made it sound like he might be in talks to be Spider-Man, kind of making it all one big universe.
I think you could do because I think Tom Holland has one Spider-Man movie left on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could you not do a Spider-Man Spider-Verse type movie and use that to introduce Miles Morales just like Spider-Verse did?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all of them are based off
Hey,
of
John.
different comic book runs.
Yeah.
True.
So
True.
they
I
could
mean,
do it.
yeah, because also you could absolutely get Andrew Garfield.
Mhm.
Like, what else? What else is he doing right now?
No.
Like,
I
you
have
could-
a question. His ended a little badly, I think.
And I don't think that was his fault. I mean, it was just the movies and stuff that they put him in were not the best. Like, he was fine as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't mind the movies. I just know that like afterwards, when he left, he wasn't too happy.
yeah,
Or maybe it was with how they told him or something like that. I can't quite
could be.
remember.
I haven't seen any of the Spider-Mans with him in it. Does
Gasp.
he have to? Huh? What'd you say, Sam?
But you that's
Audible
the
Oh.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, but she's not Spider-Gwen.
That's true. Yeah.
Spider-Gwen is a different universe.
Right. Right. And so
This is
does he have to go through the transition of like getting bit and all that in those movies?
I think there's a reset.
I
Yeah,
think
there
so.
was.
That's the part
Yeah.
I struggle with. Like if you
There's
have
always a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just struggle
you
with
know, in
stuff like that.
Spider-Verse, that Nick Miller's Spider-Man, what's his name?
Jake
And
Johnson.
and he has the fake
The best Spider-Man.
That's the type that Andrew Garfield was. Where he was the Spider-Man that had like the shutout back,
Gotcha.
that had all of his stuff in it.
I have not heard these rumors. Type it
Gotcha.
in a comment.
Okay.
John. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
that's what I
the-
thought he did. He got himself fired for
Between him and Sony. Interesting.
I thought it was like they had claimed that they were going to have him back, and then like he ran his mouth about something.
Is this part of the Sony email leaks as well?
I thought
Was
he
it-
said something at a party. Like I thought it was fairly public, whatever he said.
Interesting.
But it was still around the same time as Marvel getting Spider-Man. So he may have found out that he wasn't going to be it or something, and he got mad and ran his mouth that way. Yeah.
Yep. John says, "Yep, the party." All right, hold on, because I'm using the Google Foos. All right, this is good. After the infamous Sony hack in 2014, it was revealed in an email the actor was let go from the role after he failed to show up at an event where Sony chief Kaz Hirai was supposed to announce Amazing Spider-Man 3 for a 2017 release. Garfield said he was a no-show because of an illness. According to a report, the email read, "Here we are an hour away from a gala event and Andrew decides he doesn't want to attend. He has a rather scruffy beard and he just wants to be left alone." So now that being said, like the reception to his Spider-Man movies was not that great.
That's true.
So
But I liked, for the most part, I liked them. I think it's tough when you have Gwen in it as her with her backstory, especially if you know what happens to her, because that's tough to watch.
It is.
True.
You know
It is
that's
very
not
difficult.
gonna work out.
yeah,
So maybe that was part of it too. I don't know.
yes, indeed. John chiming in, by the way, from 918 Fanboys. Go follow them on Facebook as well. They do fun stuff like this too with all their friends. It's great.
To answer your question, Nick, they did give the backstory, the Uncle Ben and all of that in it. And I thought they added, is that the one where they added more to it about his parents and like a plane?
I think so, yeah.
There might have been a reason that they had
Left Jim.
passed away.
Oh, is that the passed away or the they were
They were attacked in a
secret
plane?
agents or something?
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
there was something
Yeah,
more
I-
going on. Which, had there been another one, they might have
It
Might
might-
explain.
given us more info. But I think that's part of why Marvel's Spider-Man didn't include the backstory, because everyone was so burnt out.
You want a really, really
They can take a hint.
you want a really, really deep West Wing pull from this? Okay, the guy who played Andrew Garfield's dad, Spider-Man's dad in that movie, was in a show. It's about a concierge doctor in the Hamptons. I forgot what it was called. He played a character named
Royal
Boris.
Pains?
Thank you, Royal Pains. The lead actor in Royal Pains, Mark Firestein, something along those lines, plays Cliff Calley, the majority counsel in West Wing, who is investigating the president for the MS reveal. Boom, super fan. So
we just got to. We're still in season 1, but we got to. Let's see. There was the leak about Leo and his.
Gotcha. Okay. Nick is like, why are we talking about West Wing all the time? Well, in your absence, this became a West Wing podcast.
Also, you guys, it's not as deep of a cut, but Martin Sheen did play Uncle Ben in those, and he is the president in West Wing.
Okay, so you took the obvious one that I completely missed.
Well, I had to go check really quick. I was like, am I just imagining that?
We imagine Martin Sheen in every role.
Speaking of Mass Effect.
All right, Nick, are you the one who posted about this heartbeat in the cosmic cloud that Galactus is coming to consume us all?
I take zero credit for anything posted in the agenda because I have been swamped for like 2 weeks. So I'm going to blame Sam or Church. I'm going to blame Church. It's got to be Church.
Is it Brandon?
One of the churches.
It might have been me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm just gonna read this title. Heartbeat detected in cosmic gas cloud has the internet convinced Galactus is coming.
Because he is.
Of course.
Why not? It's 2020.
Even Boss Logic, his tweet about this article is from The Independent. His is so September 2020 is Galactus. Like that's just
And somebody on Twitter, put, I'm turning on all y'all and siding with Galactus and posted a video.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Is it moving towards us? Do we know that? Because the article kind of leads you that way, but it doesn't actually say that.
Can we not send somebody to check out the heartbeat?
Well, but it's 15.
Yes, we'll send
it's like 100 light years away.
Oh, well, never mind. Then that's fine. We got time.
Yeah,
on that scale, moving towards us is kind of difficult to say.
It's
relative.
Tony Stark to build
It's
his.
kind of a relative thing because we kind of spin around on this disc that we're on. So it's
right.
It's relative. Coming towards us is relative, right?
We're more kind of flipping.
like in Superman when they're in the.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Like in Superman where they're in that whatever it is, I don't even know what it's called.
Pain.
Yeah.
And they get stuck in
there.
like
That's is that the mirror dimension? No, that's Marvel.
I don't know what it is. I can't recall it.
I was like a prison.
It's prison.
It's their prison. I forgot. Phantom Zone. I think you're right about that. Yep, I think it's Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a good name for that.
Because they had the Phantom Zone projector and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in Supergirl they mentioned the Phantom Girl.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right about that. Yes, indeed.
So if this is Galactus, we're done for.
Yeah.
As if 2020 wasn't crazy enough already.
What if that obelisk, was it an obelisk? Whatever that thing is when everyone thought it was a spaceship that was coming. What if he sent those out to scope it? And then they went back and told him, and now he's just coming to us.
So you're saying that was Silver Surfer's board and it's just a lot bigger than we thought it would be?
Yeah.
I mean, but let's be real. He's coming to Earth. He's like, all right, I'm going to come down there. Like,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, but like, the planet, there's a virus going around the planet. I'm just going to pass. I'm thinking like War of the Worlds, where they kill the aliens with the common cold,
the disease,
with the bacteria.
Maybe
also
we
known
save
as the coronavirus.
Maybe we save the universe and give Galactus the coronavirus. I'm just saying.
Hey, common colds are caused by a version of coronavirus.
The corona.
So there you go.
It gave him a little tummy ache.
All right. Well, so if the world is going to end in 2020, you might as well go see Tenet because theaters aren't going to be open after they produce it anyways because Warner Brothers won 63% of the box office for showing Tenet.
What is that about?
That is way
I know everybody's hurting, but dang.
Money. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
This is, I mean.
Is that just because they know they can because no one else is putting their movies out?
Probably.
I think you were probably correct. Now we talked about Star Wars a while ago, like when Star Wars came out, like the different rules that Star Wars movies play by.
Yeah, but
when
wasn't
they're in
it
the
like
theater.
40 or 35%?
I think it was like 50 or something. Like it wasn't this.
Maybe.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars, by the way, not that people are really going to. I mean, theaters reopened around here. Warren is showing the Empire on the Grand Infinity screen.
Yeah.
Empire
My
Strikes
neighbor
Back.
went to AMC and watched New Hope.
Yeah, nice. So 63. Sorry, did I say 63? Yeah, I said 63% of because right now it opened internationally. I believe this weekend. I believe we're getting it next weekend. Something like that. I've been staying away because I just don't want the only review I've seen of it is basically about Christopher Nolan. It basically says a master filmmaker putting everything on the table.
Is
And
this
so I
in the
think-
same neighborhood as Inception? That's what I need to know. Like, is it in the same universe? 'Cause
I
it
don't
looks
know
like
if
it
they
could
are-
be.
I don't know if they are connected, but I think probably.
There is a time, like a
Mhm.
time thing to it.
That's what I mean. It looks like it should be in the Inception universe.
Yeah.
But it's not a dream, though. So
The whole
Spoilers.
thing's
But
a
was it a
dream.
dream? But was it?
We don't know. I mean, technically.
I don't know if the
sort-
top stopped spinning or not.
I was gonna say, when you start watching, look for tops. Like when you start watching the movie.
Yeah.
In the background, the guy's like laying dead and the
Yeah.
top just spinning.
Spinning around.
If I was Christopher Nolan, I would put a top in all of my movies.
From
Right.
now
now
on.
Yeah.
Just-
For no reason
yeah,
whatsoever.
Just to tell people.
But,
He should have
like,
started earlier.
you know, like in the trailer, it was like, whatever happened here hasn't happened yet, but there's all these bullet holes everywhere and there's just the top spinning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All of these bullets and they missed the top.
exactly.
It's like a tornado.
So yeah, 63% of the film's engagement. It's higher than usual. This is from an article from Slash Film. Says it's higher than usual. And more often than not, theaters have deals with studios that include preset expectations for how much they will pay based on the total domestic gross. So I don't know if maybe in some deals it's like, okay, if the movie's going to make $500 million in the U.S., AMC is going to pay X percentage. Regal will pay X percentage. Cinemark will pay X percentage, or something like that. Which I mean, certainly makes sense. I mean, it's if you're paying more screens, you're paying more percentage. You figure more
Sure.
people would see it. It opens in the. I'm sorry, Tenet opens in the UK on August 26th, in the United States on September 3rd. Tickets are on sale now. You can pre-sale and do all that other stuff with those. But yeah, I mean, 63%. Yes, this is probably the first big movie that's coming back out. But I mean, eesh,
That's a lot of money.
it's a lot of
and
money.
that-
And great.
I think that kind of puts the people that are helping you earn that money at risk.
Mhm.
And thing is, like,
Because
if
they've also
I
been
go to
suffering.
if I go to a movie theater, I am much less likely right now to buy concessions than I was previously.
Yeah.
Like, is that a? Do you guys agree with that? I mean, is that your feeling as well?
I would think so, because if you have the concessions, minus maybe a drink, like you have to take your mask off so you can eat.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep that mask on, no food for you.
And you also
Popcorn's
have-
easy to.
It's the popcorn.
I'm at a place where I don't want to be in a room with a bunch of people like that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, because that's 2 hours of recirculated air. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
What's interesting, just with Regal, because I just pay attention to them, is they've redone all their seat maps and everything, so there's gaps everywhere. But they also increased the circulation in their theaters from outside air by 100%.
So they changed
Wow.
their heat and air units.
Mm-hmm.
Because that
So
was
they
one of the
cyc-
things that a lot of the schools were dealing with. Is there's a rating on, and you probably know more about this, Gab, but it's a specific type, like a word that is the rating, and the number 10.
The SEER rating.
SEER, yeah. And
Yeah.
the higher the number, the better the outside air.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
cool.
I mean, that'll be one of those things that eventually, like, I've got to get back to a theater. Like, I mean, of all of
For
this, don't get me wrong, I miss seeing you guys, I do, but I also really miss sitting in a theater and watching a movie. So, and and on top of that, I miss going to movies with you guys. It's like, that's the fun stuff. That's
Yeah,
the
for
peak.
sure. For sure.
So, I mean, but Tenet is going to be Tenet is likely the thing that will get me into the theater.
I don't miss going to movies with Mitchell.
You don't?
I don't miss going to movies with Mitchell, but you guys, absolutely, you're cool.
I don't know if I would see it opening weekend, but maybe like the next weekend.
But
I might go on a Tuesday afternoon.
You don't want to see the spoilers.
Okay.
So
I keep talking over you, Kev. I'm sorry, and Sam, I'm
you're
sorry.
Fine.
That's all right.
It's a little harder when we're not all in the same place. The another thing that came out movie-wise is Lawrence Fishburne has confirmed he was not invited to return for The Matrix 4, which has resumed shooting in Germany. I believe he may have said this. I'm not entirely convinced it's actually true.
Right? I didn't think there was any, unless there was a scheduling issue. I don't know why they wouldn't invite him. He was in John Wick.
Exactly.
Not something against like him and Keanu. Granted, they did stab him with a pencil. So.
It's true. They
why would they potentially not invite it? That just doesn't make any sense.
Unless he doesn't fit into the story somewhere, but it depends on where it happens, I guess, in the timeline with everything. But it's supposed to be after the fact. But so there's newcomers. You've got basically Keanu Reeves is coming back. Carrie-Anne Moss is coming back. Jada Pinkett Smith is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but they're saying no Lawrence Fishburne, which is odd considering his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith's character with Niobe. And joining newcomers, Priyanka Chopra, Jessica Henwick from Iron Fist, Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, who doesn't need Neil Patrick Harris in every movie? And Yaha Abdul Mateen II, and more. So I don't know. He says confirmed he won't be starring in The Matrix 4. I just don't.
Maybe he'll have like a cameo or something. I mean, because it resets, right? Like that was the whole thing. Was you either get to choose to reset it, or
but he didn't reset it. Did he?
He didn't reset it. He tore the system down.
I couldn't remember.
He freed the people.
Okay, so
Yeah.
unless Morpheus died, then I don't know why he wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, it seems. I don't know. It seems interesting.
Well, and what
I'm hearing voices in my headphones. I'm hearing voices in my headphones. I don't know whose it is, or it could just be me. I'm hearing Morpheus.
I don't have anything else out.
It's just you.
I don't think I do.
Follow the white rabbit.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. No, I don't. I guess I struggle with where the Matrix 4 picks up. You know what I mean? Because if they've destroyed the system, what's the big bad? Or were they were they part of the Matrix, thinking that they weren't part of the Matrix, and they destroyed the machines in the Matrix, but the machines are still alive?
Because that was all in the Matrix.
I feel like we're just doing a whole other Inception.
Yeah.
Yes. There were people that wanted to stay in the Matrix because, like the guy with the stake. And so maybe there's a faction that wants it back. And so they're still at odds or something. So
it's like the Civil War of Matrix.
Yeah.
Some of the screenshots that we've seen is like, Neo on the back of a motorcycle with Trinity in the rain and somewhere. Like it doesn't look post-apocalyptic. Like, but maybe this is what it like they surface and they rebuild this society or something. Like I don't hear the thing.
The rebuilding period.
I imagine the Matrix is going to be like what the first Matrix was. Nobody had a freaking clue what it was whenever they went in to see that movie. Mm-hmm. They saw bullet time and Neo doing this, and then everybody said, I'm going to go see that movie. So,
and everyone left thinking, are we in the Matrix?
That's true. Everyone left was like, whoa. So
I have zero doubt we're in the Matrix. We're just in a very corrupted version of the Matrix at this point.
Yep.
There's a virus that has been downloaded somewhere.
Yep. There's malware in the system.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get from malware to Shia LaBeouf, and I really can't, but I'll try.
Well, malware helps you collect money.
Yes.
In some way. So
And Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf is a tax collector.
So this is from just because we were talking about it, I feel like I can't do this without doing this.
Just do it.
Cinema Blend is saying Shia LaBeouf's The Tax Collector is topping charts despite its poor reviews. It was just released on VOD August 7th. Cinema Blend's own Mike Reyes called it a compelling crime thriller, but the overall critical reception has been less than kind, with some critics calling it cliche, offensive, and boring. Apparently, The Collector is sitting at number 1 in both VOD services, Fandango Now and Vudu is sitting at number 1 right now. So, Tax Collectors has a critical rating of 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is 61%.
Interesting.
Supposedly, the tattoos and the images I've seen are real. Like,
really?
supposedly he got his body tattooed. Supposedly.
That sounds like
And
a very
apparently
Shia
that's
LaBeouf thing to
prosthetic.
do.
Apparently that's prosthetic cauliflower ear.
Huh. Interesting.
Because I really doubt that he has cauliflower ear.
I don't know.
But
But
here's
he's
the
not dedicated.
He might have gotten punched in the ear a couple of times. I don't know.
It was directed by David Ayer, who brought us the original Suicide Squad
And Brian.
and a bunch of other things. So I don't know. It's interesting. Can't say I'm going to watch it, but
Oh, yeah.
I think I would if it was free.
maybe if it's free.
Okay.
Maybe it's free. Speaking of free, it is the open beta for Marvel Avengers this weekend for video game systems. And so
PC.
Xbox One and PC. Apparently, there's been various fixes that have been implemented. The latest patch addresses several matchmaking issues and crashes, fixing some bugs around particular heroes. And apparently, if you're an Xbox person and your NAT settings are restricted whenever you connect the things, if you play multiplayer games, you probably see that error a lot. It says you might have some issues. So yeah, it is the beta's out because the game comes out in a couple of weeks. Looks like September 4th. I'm just not excited about it. Like after what I've seen, I'm just not. Like I just can't get there. I might download the beta and try it today or tomorrow to see. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don't judge it till you try it.
Well,
So according to People
I go to the
Magazine-
internet for my opinion.
So according to People Magazine, I knew I wasn't crazy. He actually got his entire chest tattooed for this role.
That's insane.
Like,
Thank
and
you
by,
for doing the deep dive on that.
by entire chest, it's like waistlined up. It's not just the chest.
He better get paid a lot.
So on the subject of you getting your opinions from the internet, by the way, Cav,
Yes,
you are currently giving people their opinions from the internet.
That's true.
I'm just saying, keep an open mind.
I think it's one of those games that in time can probably be really good. But I just haven't been impressed with what I've seen so far.
So
And
to
you
see
have
a
to-
deep segue.
I was gonna say No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is a perfect Sea of Thieves segue, but it's one of those things like they wanted to get that material, and how much of that is just the studio putting pressure to get that product out, and it's not ready yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Kind of like Windows.
Windows has been perfect from the beginning. But like,
Not even close.
You guys, I can hear him in surround sound because I can hear him in the room, but I hear him on the speakers too.
I've killed them both. Windows 95C is a treasure.
Man, that guy, was that 95 where the guy was dancing on stage because he was so amped up? Was that 95?
That's Steve Ballmer. No, that was developers.
Ballmer.
That was, yeah.
But it was
that
about Windows,
Ballmer.
right? Like, wasn't it
Yeah.
about, yeah.
That's Steve Ballmer.
If you've got to
I think
get
he
that
owns the
hype,
net.
if you've got to get that hype to like sell a product, man, like I'm just, oh man. Woo, that's a next level of hype right there.
Anyways, Sea of
Perfect
Thieves.
device.
Sea of Thieves. So yeah, two great things are happening. Well, one completely unrelated to this. I didn't realize a Microsoft Flight Simulator is on Game Pass, which is dope.
Is that the one with the YouTube guy that does the?
Yes.
He acts like a real person.
Yeah. Church introduced us to a YouTube channel where the guy is an actual, I think he's actually like a pilot in the Air Force or something, and he takes it very seriously and makes everybody else on the server do the same.
Like he's doing it to troll people, but he does, and he'll kick them out of the server, and he'll tell them when they're wrong about stuff. It's pretty funny.
Now, is this on Flight Simulator or something like Roblox?
It is Flight Simulator.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Because there's an airport sim in Roblox that the boys like to play or whatever. And yeah, it's full off like they're pulling back from the gate. They're like flight blah da 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 blah, 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 pulling back. Like it's the whole thing. Like it's pretty amazing actually.
Do they ever take
Johnny
turns
were in
being
a nightclub on Roblox today?
Oh yeah.
What now?
Harper and Joni were in a nightclub on Roblox today.
Nice.
I don't know what game they were playing. I don't know which one it was.
Night blocks.
Okay.
Everything's a something. So Sea of Thieves is crossing over with one of the greatest games of all time, Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Is Vin Diesel going to be running? Wait, that wasn't Battletoads. He had a toy. There was a toy.
Mm-hmm. That was Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
I think that was Street Sharks.
Never mind.
So there's a crossover happening between Sea of Thieves, the original Xbox Game Pass game, and Battletoads right now. And so you can get your very own Battletoads cosmetics for your ship. Mm-hmm. Sam, do you have these already? Are they available?
I don't. Church has it. He actually did. You have to beat the first act of Battletoads to unlock it. Battletoads, by the way, is also on Game Pass. And I have a weak spot for the old-fashioned beat-em-ups. And the original Battletoads was one of those that I loved, but could only get to like the third level.
Yeah, it was a good game.
And this new one is fantastic, but I'm only about 2/3 of the way through that first act, so I haven't unlocked it yet. But Church showed us his, and it's awesome.
Wasn't it on like Super Nintendo as well?
Original.
Was it the original one?
Yeah.
They did have a Battletoads cartoon.
Sorry, Hannah.
They had a Battletoads cartoon.
Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I had forgotten about that.
The Mighty Ducks and probably that Street Sharks one too.
Oh man, those were good times.
I'm gonna see
Mighty Ducks one was a little weird because it was based on the movie,
but
in a way,
yeah.
But they were ducks and they were in hot. Yeah, it was a little strange.
Yeah,
didn't they play hockey in it?
Kenan Thompson was definitely a duck.
Definitely Flying V. That was the name of their ship.
The Flying V.
Okay.
Battletoads.
Battletoads spun off a half-hour animated. This is from Wikipedia. Spun off a half-hour animated television special produced by the same, attempting to capitalize on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The same people who went on to later produce Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. Intended as the pilot for a full-fledged series, the special aired in syndication in the weekend in the United States on the weekend of Thanksgiving in 1992. It was never picked up for a series, which means our recollection is a single episode, despite comic style ads in GamePro magazine suggesting otherwise. That could also be where we saw it. Buena Vista Home Video released the pilot on VHS in January 1994. Although the pilot has not been released onto DVD, there was an official YouTube release August 5th, 2014 on the Retro Gaming Shows. And so it is the story served as a prequel to the video game franchise. So it's out there.
Very cool.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna have to go get that. I'm gonna have to go get that on Game Pass. I'm gonna have to go get that on Game Pass. Is it a keyboard, mouse, or a controller?
Controller.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go download that.
If it is a street side scroll beat 'em up, I bet it wouldn't be too bad on keyboard and mouse.
I mean, there's a lot of really weird combinations you have to do. I would definitely recommend a controller.
I mean, you are a Battletoad of all things.
I think the struggles of the original were, the limitations of the original NES controller. You couldn't do a whole lot of, the advanced, ducking and dodging and diving and wrenching and whatnot. And so,
remember, like, their surfboards or hoverboard things?
Yeah, that was the worst. That was the part when I was a kid I just had so much trouble with. I don't know if I ever got past it, to be honest.
Remember
And
that?
I'm bringing back for this one, just so you know.
I remember like one level where you're like on a rope and you're slowly going like down further
That
into
was
whatever,
awesome.
and you're having to like shoot or whatever you do to fight people in that game, like the things that are coming at you from the sides and like
You
dodge.
Spider-Man your way around.
Yeah, I remember that.
We talked about last week the fact that Epic Games tried to drop that Fortnite store, and then Apple got ticked and took Fortnite off iOS, and Google did the same thing. Now Apple has threatened to take away their developer access period, which impacts pretty much every developer who uses the Unreal Engine for anything whatsoever. Yeah. So it's a very big. This is turning into a very ugly thing very quickly. Because it could have fairly significant impact on any gaming platform, especially someone who's using Unreal, because you're not going to be able to really use the Apple Development Kit with the Unreal Engine anymore, is what it sounds like. So that's going to be awful. And then Apple came out and said, well, they wanted exclusive access for this, for the Epic Games to do this, that, and whatever. And so the Tim Sweeney from Epic Games said, not exactly accurate, and he literally sent the internet, posted a screenshot of the email he sent to Apple executives.
Wow.
And in the email, he's asking for it for all developers, all creators in the App Store to be able to do that. And so he did happen to, block out Tim Cook's actual email address. But strangely enough, Tim's with the head of Epic Games, he didn't block out his. So if you want to email somebody about how much Fortnite is awesome or terrible, I believe it's tim.sweeney at epicgames.com or whatever. I think it's Sweeney. And so, like we said last week, this is going to have overreaching effects for some time to come if they don't get this sorted out.
Apple knows what this could do if they lose, and so they're going hard.
Oh yeah, because if they agree to this, they lose all control of their app store, which is a huge source of revenue for them. So they're not gonna do anything. They're gonna drag this out as long as humanly possible.
Well, and then on top of that, they try. They have that Apple Arcade, and they're trying to profit off games. And if you agree to it, then maybe you help. But if you fight it or whatever, you're gonna lose tremendously.
Yeah, but say they win, Apple wins, who would want to work with them for their games after that?
Right. That's my point.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's still a really broad platform. I mean, they are everywhere.
That's the thing. It's the Warner Brothers tenant wanting 63%. If you want to be successful, you don't have a choice but to work with them. They're basically the mob.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the mobile market goes, you only got two options, and on Android you can sideload. So
it's true. Yeah, you can do that. So, but then because it's the same thing. Like Xbox people are pissed off because you can't do the Project X Cloud on an Apple device. It's only an Android device because Apple doesn't want to give them the same level of access or whatever to play a game outside the Apple ecosystem. That's really what it boils down to.
Apple has always been very closed off. Like even before the iPhone and everything, they've always.
Yep. So. Yep. It's pretty crazy. Also,
I think Apple really enjoys being that way because it benefits them in a lot of ways. Because for me, like I've got the Apple ecosystem like throughout everything. I mean, there's an iMac behind me, an Apple Watch, I have a phone, we have iPads.
Harper's middle name is Siri.
Yeah. And so for me to switch over kind of creates a lot of things at this point.
Yeah.
And so I think them being exclusive and knowing that everything just works together easily, I think it's kind of a big thing for them. I think
I
it's a
can't tell if
selling
you're
point.
joking or not.
Originally, when it was just,
Can't tell if I'm joking.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Sorry, go ahead.
Their big thing was they were closed off, so you don't get all the viruses that come with Windows. And so you had like a safety thing. But now that they are so popular, I'm sure they have viruses too. I just remember that being.
Oh, for sure.
It's a little less. I mean, for sure. But they're like, to Nick's point about the ecosystem and everything working together. For them, it's about
Control.
quality control.
Yes, quality.
I'm going to put quality in quotes, but you're right. It's about control and how you integrate your life into the Apple ecosystem. And because really, from a home standpoint, you've kind of got the Apple ecosystem, you have the Amazon ecosystem, and Google kind of had one for a while, but it's really like for home, it's really between those two. For like full integration of stuff. And so you're right. It's about control 100%. And
I would believe the quality if some of their parts were still made either by them or here like they used to be. But
yeah.
I think
Listen,
that's propaganda. There's
Apple can't even figure out how to make a good charging cord that doesn't break.
Which standard?
Do what?
But to be fair, nobody can.
No, I'm not.
Right, I know.
I just remember in the beginning, I say in the beginning, but like before they were as popular as they are now, like all of their parts were made in-house too. They didn't use like other
before it was cool.
parts.
Before it was cool.
I'm blanking now, but like their
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't farm
They didn't
everything out.
outsource.
It wasn't
Now that they are so popular, and I'm sure because they're in so demand, they can't. It's just quicker to be able to have other people make them. But I feel like if they really cared about the quality, then they would have as much control over all those little pieces too. Still.
There's some interesting articles that usually come out around the time when especially iPhones are being built, talking about the leverage that Apple has over like a chip factory, not like potato chip, but like computer chip. And where basically they take over factories and say, you are going to build this and you're going to build this to this spec. And we're going to order 500 million of them. But like you said,
all you do now.
That's really what it is. That is all you do now. And anytime you're building at that scale, you're gonna lose quality. Like you said, back in the day, the Apple IIe was a tank and a half. Like you couldn't break those things even if you tried. But it is certainly and you're absolutely right with the demand so high they can't keep up. But also it's like Apple also has like 100 and some odd billion or trillion or however many gajillions of dollars that are sitting in offshore bank accounts. You can't tell me that they don't have the capital to build a manufacturing facility for some of their products. Maybe it's not cost effective, but I think people might actually, like you said, appreciate it more if it's like we are overseeing and building our own products in-house. Even if it's just like the iPhone Pro is only built, this is built by Apple for Apple. Like it'll never be every product, but even if it's just their high-end stuff, I think people would appreciate the fact that like, hey, we actually paid attention.
I have this iBook forever ago, which is forever ago because they don't make those anymore. It's predecessor to the MacBook, and that thing was near indestructible. I dropped it so many times. I mean, my phone, granted, is also near indestructible, it seems. And the eMac I had was, obviously that's too big for me to just drop, but it was pretty indestructible too.
Sure.
So I still have all the Apple stuff.
And Sam just shakes his head. He's like, I can't believe I allowed this in my house.
I still want to burn all the Apple stuff. You say it's indestructible. I think I can find a way.
I told you when my iBook finally did go out, I did say because the screen went out, and we thought it might have just been a wire, but I was too nervous to try to open up my laptop, and I was like, well, it's clearly broken. This is your chance if you want to destroy an Apple thing.
As an extra life incentive, Sam gets to destroy an Apple device.
Did you play the music they play in Office Space when they're destroying the printer?
No, we didn't do anything like that. We found a good home for it. Somebody that had like a replacement screen or something, and they took it off our hands.
Nice.
Yeah. Happy endings.
You know what doesn't have a happy ending? Anything that has to do with mosquitoes.
Nope.
Just saying.
You're right.
Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are awful, terrible. Florida plans to fix its mosquito problem with 750 million more mosquitoes.
So
Hashtag Florida
finds a way.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be like cannibal mosquitoes that are gonna eat the other?
I'm just now reading this.
No, they genetically engineered this mosquito that I guess they're female mosquitoes, and so as they lay eggs, the eggs die before they hatch. So somehow they've figured out that this mosquito will breed with the ones that carry the virus, and they will have infertile eggs that will die.
So,
And apparently only female mosquitoes are the ones that bite. It's in the article. I don't know. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just
you know what else kills mosquitoes? Fire.
True. Very pesticides even, But
Yes.
the problem becomes is like what the article kind of hints at is that it could destroy some of the ecosystem because the males actually get nectar from plants. So they're in some manner or fashion are kind of a pollinator to some degree. So it's like killing the bees off. If you kill the bees off, then we all die, kind of a thing. So I don't know. That sounds absolutely horrible to release more mosquitoes, though. Not gonna lie.
Science. Yeah. Here's the thing. If these are female mosquitoes, and you're saying female mosquitoes are the ones that bite, they're basically releasing 750 biters into the world.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is awful.
And that's if I read it right before I got on. So if I read it correctly, that's what it says. But the crazy part to me is that we're in a place where Jurassic Park could actually happen.
Right.
If you think about it, because we've genetically engineered the mosquito. And so
that was our priority.
I'm just saying, like, nature finds a way.
It's true.
We will not win that battle.
You're leaning into the Ian Malcolm role before somebody else slashes into it.
I mean, I already feel like I have to go to work with hazmat on. I don't want to walk outside with that too.
Right.
Yeah, well, at least it's Florida and not here, so we will not be attending MegaCon.
It'll be virtual anyway.
And unfortunately, with the two hurricanes going sort of that direction, I mean, I don't think they're going to hit Florida, but I mean,
they're saying they might converge, and they could strengthen too. And if they do get larger, that could engulf, Texas to Florida.
World.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I feel like this is a plot to a movie, maybe about hurricanes and winter weather.
Twister 2?
No.
Like an oil fire going on around.
Yeah,
an oil fire and a shark and.
But there's a movie and it's called The Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow.
And they have hurricane type storms that engulf the globe to reset it because we've screwed up the planet.
Oh,
could this be the start of that?
I'm feeling like 750 million mosquitoes might be the start to that.
I feel just tired of our nonsense.
Yeah, the Earth's like, y'all people suck. Get out of here.
She's like, if you're not going to do anything, get out.
Yeah.
So on the subject of killing them with fire, Cav, have you seen the game Kill It With Fire?
I've not.
I thought I put a link in the chat. I guess not.
Is it the 404 Not Found game?
No, I took that out of the agenda.
It's spiders, and they're randomly hidden throughout your house, and you have to kill them in different ways.
Is it like an AR game where you're walking around your own house, or is it like a?
No. It's a tiny build game. It's just like a generic house.
I'm not playing any game with spiders in my house because those things terrify me.
But you kill them with fire.
But you kill them with fire.
I would burn my house down.
Well, it's okay because it's in the game. So
Nick, you're not joining us for Grounded?
Nightmares, man. No, probably not.
At some point, we need to.
I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
I haven't yet. I don't know about you guys. I just don't have time for like.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's we need to. do that. We've got a couple other things on the agenda, but there's no easy way to get to them. So I think I'll push them to next week for that. Just more. I'll just preface this with Darkwing Duck and more Ghost of Tsushima, which is going to be the only reason I buy a PlayStation 5. Like I said, DC Fandom, the Suicide Squad stuff is going on right now. Oh, it looks like they're revealing characters. Javelin. I can't figure Blackguard, Mongol. Let's see who else is over here. Savant,
Savage, or is that Savant?
Savant, Michael Rooker. What's happening here? The Thinker. Peter Capaldi is the Thinker.
Oh, that's perfect.
Weasel. Oh, there's Sean Gunn.
Just glad it's not Pauly Shore.
King Shark. Yes. Let's see here. Who else is there?
What was that one?
Luna. So sorry, I don't know. Luna. These similar characters I am not familiar with. Colonel Rick Flag. Of course, he's back.
Good.
Amanda Waller. She's back.
Mm-hmm.
And Harley Quinn is going to be back in Suicide Squad. So whoever Idris Elba is, we missed it. And John Cena, we missed it by like 15 seconds.
Oh, no.
I feel like we have to go to the interwebs. Hold, please.
Okay. John Cena is someone called Peacemaker.
Okay. What about Idris Elba? Does it say?
It doesn't say.
We're
Who
getting
is-
Polka Dot Man.
Is that Flulaborg? I feel like that would be a Flulaborg.
David Desmalchin. Let's see
I
here.
wonder what Pete Davidson plays because he seems like the weirdest pick to me.
Idris Elba is playing Bloodsport?
Well,
Vin Diesel?
Yes, Vin Diesel.
Oh, David somebody is Polka Dot. I don't know.
David Desmalchin. You'd recognize him from probably Dark Knight.
I think he's familiar, but I can't place him.
Idris Elba. We'll be playing Bloodsport. Interesting. Okay, so is this a crossover between Jean-Claude Van Damme and Vin Diesel?
I mean, yeah. I'll take it.
Does he fight in the Kumite? Is this what this is?
Who is Michael Rooker playing? Did you say?
I did. and I
Yondu?
forgot. Yondu.
Yondu.
Hold on. Michael Rooker. They have it there. It's updating kind of as we're talking right now. Michael Rooker is playing. Where'd it go? Savant.
Okay. And who is Nathan Fillion playing?
Good question.
Tinker. No.
Who is
Peter
Nathan
Capaldi's the
Fillion?
Thinker.
He was in the show called Firefly,
Which Nick is not.
which Nick has not seen.
Hey, was that the same guy that played the Boomerang?
Yes, Captain
Did they
Boomerang
just-
is back.
Okay.
Yeah.
His head didn't blow up?
No, that
That
was
was-
the other guy who was trying to escape.
Oh, okay.
That was the guy so important we don't really remember who he was.
It's true. Who's Nathan Fillion playing? How is that not in the article yet?
Oh,
Let's see. God, DC fandom. David Smosh's Polka Dot Man. You get all the way there, and then it says Flula Borg, Nathan Fillion, and a bunch of other people, and they don't say who they're playing. Come on, man.
Pete, what is his name?
Pete
Saturday Night
Davidson.
Live?
Davidson?
Yeah.
who is he?
Yeah, he. I don't remember who he was playing. It all happened so fast. So, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this panel. I think.
Yeah, their panel is looking crazy because there's just so many of them.
Yeah,
I feel like I sidetracked you. I apologize.
yeah. But I wasn't actually watching it at the same time. I just happened to click over and hit the wrong tab. I was like, oh, and then it started flashing names and pictures, and this is what happens. Oh boy. So we'll have a big DC fandom recap in next week's episode. I think we're gonna need it.
'Cause they're not telling me the people that I want to know about.
So it will all be there, I imagine, shortly. So Jim Lee going back to the Flash real quick. Jim Lee teases Ezra Miller's Flash gets his name from meeting the Grant Gustin Flash.
Mhm.
Had they not called him Flash at that point?
Maybe not, because he was brand new, like in that movie, and because he was so excited to see the other superheroes and stuff, and he was like kind of hiding out in like a warehouse type, but it wasn't like a big like this is where all my stuff, like a superhero hideout. It was just, I guess this is where I live now.
My stuff.
So so Ezra Miller does play Barry Allen. I couldn't remember if he was a Barry Allen or a Wally West, but he's Barry Allen. Yeah,
And
interesting.
I think future Flash that we see coming through that weird dream sequence thing, like
Yeah.
so maybe he wasn't officially the Flash yet.
Let's see here.
Or maybe they're gonna do some backstory.
Of course, we don't know where he flips into where Crisis happens in the timeline either.
Right?
So one of the guys from Narcos is a character in Suicide Squad. He's the Major General. I missed his last name.
I recognize that guy.
The guy that played Beto, I think is his name in Narcos.
There's a ton of people. That's why like the panel was a little overwhelming. I was like, this is so many people.
Yeah. And is that who? What is that? I can't think of the director's name. What is his name?
Takai Waititi? Isn't that the director?
No.
This is James Gunn.
Okay. He's screaming into his microphone, so it's really hard to kind of like listen to it.
I have it on mute right now, so
I tried for a second and then I just put it on mute.
So yeah, awesome. All right, well, we could just sit here and watch this and whatever, but we'll like I said, if we are gonna pop back on and do a live whatever of Justice League or anything like that, just stay tuned. You'll get the notification like you always do. Like, follow, share, all that stuff. That's the only way you know we're live. Nathan Fillion has a ridiculous mustache.
He does. I noticed that too.
I think I don't know.
Fighter pilot or something.
I don't know that we could end it any more than on Nathan Fillion's ridiculous mustache. So,
does anybody know who TDK is?
TDK, The Dark Knight?
No. That was what they had for the background whenever they showed Nathan Fillion. It said TDK, and I have no idea what that means.
I don't either. So many.
I don't know. They said it just a second ago referring to him.
So many mysteries. I don't know.
Someone will recap it for us.
That's true. That's very true.
I don't know, DC. I'm sorry.
This has been episode 162 of Gather the Nerds, Nathan Fillion's ridiculous mustache.
Yay.
And any number of things. So I'm Cav, that's Nick.
See you guys.
Sam and Hannah.
Bye, I'm not evil.
Bye.
I had a lag there, so sorry if I was a little delayed.
It's called a dramatic pause. You're waiting,
There you go.
holding the moment. People were with bated breath waiting for you to say goodbye.
I saw Hannah go.
Leaning in, like
Like she didn't know if she needed to say something.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh, the interwebs hate me today. The interwebs hate me today.
Talladega Nights.
Ah, yes. All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.